Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek, but I am Penge, and welcome to 6 Ages Ride Like the Wind, which is a sort of narrative storybook strategy RPG game. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's many things. So we are in charge of a tribe of people in the magical world of Glorantha, and we'll have to make choices on how to run our clan, and how we deal with other clans, and where to focus our efforts. We'll also have to make sure people have got homes and food and all that sort of thing. So there's some RPG elements in there. There's some resource management, there's some storytelling. I mean, there's a lot going on. It is very interesting, and also it's very pretty. There are all these lovely sort of hand-drawn artwork pieces. They are very nice indeed, and that I suppose is what gives it the sort of the storybook sort of element. It's kind of got a lovely sort of storybook kind of artwork style to it. Apparently it is the sequel to a game called King of Dragon Pass, which came out in 1999. I mean, I'd never heard of it, but there we go. So it is set in the same world as the game King of Dragon Pass, if you have heard of it. I have not, but whatever, never mind. If you're interested, then there are links to the Steam Store page in the video description below, and I think we are ready to go. So let's just play some 6 Ages Ride Like the Wind. Okay, so here we go. The tale of our clan has begun, and look at this. This is what the artwork looks like in the game, and it looks very lovely. It looks very pretty. So we've got ourselves some sort of Aztec temple. It looks sort of Aztec, and then a little sort of Aztec settlement. There's all these people wandering about the place. Over here we've got ourselves some fields, these nice rolling fields, sort of a patchwork of fields over that side, and then we've got the mountains in the background, and it looks very lovely. I do like the art style. So that's the kind of the storybook element, and then we've got the story itself over here, and then we'll have a number of choices that we can choose from that then build up the history of our clan. So here we go. What is going on? Your story begins not long after the gods made people. The Golden Age was a time of harmony ruled by the sun god Yelm and his appointees. Your clan traces its ancestry back to those times. Which of the gods did they favour? So we can choose to either favour Emperor Yelm, shining above the Golden Empire, or Nyalda, I'll say Nyalda. Nyalda, the Great Earth Mother, whose bounty made sure no one was ever hungry. Oh, well, that sounds amazing, doesn't it? So we can either choose to favour Yelm or Nyalda. Okay, now Yelm got mentioned up here. Yelm is ruling. Ah, right, Yelm is important. The Golden Age was a time of harmony ruled by the sun god Yelm. Okay, so Yelm is in charge of the Golden Age. He is the head honcho god in charge at this point in time. But Nyalda will make sure that no one was ever hungry. At some point, I imagine there's going to be a famine or a drought or something like that, and we might be able to summon Nyalda, the Great Earth Mother, to come and lend a hand. Maybe she can, I don't know, bring some sandwiches or something. I do not know. So I think we might go down this route. Hopefully Yelm will not be cross with us for not favouring him. But yeah, let's go down Nyalda, the Great Earth Mother. Let's choose that. We built a shrine to the earth. Later, we made sure to have one whenever we moved. Okie doke. Right, proceed. Oh, look at this. There's all sorts of dramatic stuff going on. There's lightning kind of bursting out from the skies. The Golden Age ended when the storm god Umath forced his way into the world through a flaw in the sky dome. Constantly moving and violent, he rebelled against Yelm. Yelm's celestial sons responded, sending Umath crashing to his death in the far north. Okay, right, so Umath, the storm god, is dead. Okay. Other gods fought as well. As instability spread, humans became more dependent for survival on the gods. In turn, humans helped the gods. Which famous event of the gods did your ancestors support? Oh my goodness, there's loads of them. Oh my gosh. The milk gift of Buzanari, the cow mother. The Battle of Akashar, when Shining Elmal saw through the stratagems of the Changer. I mean, these are all kind of entirely out of context, because I don't know what this history is, but okay. The 17 Banner Camp, when wise Rolandar advised Corlavus how to ally the Bird Riders. I mean, how do we choose one of these? When Buzerian engraved the first ledger tracking the planets in motion, when Irissa first sang the bone-mending ballad for Keskor Breng, the grain contest of Erconus, where the barley goddess Pella prevailed over Millet and Beezil, the Brass Bazaar, where Erkana acted as a broker between Nida Mountain and Gennett's Garden, or when the Weris Mur joined us as citizens. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Which famous event of the gods did our ancestors support? I don't know this one. The grain contest. Because that might mean we are able to, I don't know, grow things a bit better. Because the barley goddess Pella might like us a bit. Pella might favour us so we can get some more food. possibly. I don't know. Let's just choose that one. The good old grain contest. There we go. Ever since, men and women of our clan have been noted for their green thumbs. Okay, that's good. And the little note over here says your clan leaders will tend to have higher than average ability in their food skill, particularly when it relates to plants. They will also find it a little easier to perform some ventures. Oh, okay, right. So there we go. So we're going to be quite good at growing stuff, which is quite handy because we can keep our own people alive. And then also we could trade some stuff away. If we've got loads and loads of crops, we could go and trade them with other clans. Okie dokie. Oh, and there's some sort of boat with animals on it. There's an ark. Okay. Umath's son Orlanth led a conspiracy of rebel gods against Emperor Yelm. Armed with the new power of death, he slew Yelm, sending his light to the underworld. Oh dear. So the leader is dead, right? When the sun fell from the sky, the empire fell apart. Smaller suns lit the world in Yelm's place. Darkness and sea gods became a threat, but the storm god Orlanth and his violent allies dominated. What was the worst danger your ancestors faced at this time? So trolls fled the underworld, to the surface darkness. Always hungry, they tried to devour the herds. Okay, so trolls, right, okay. This is not a pleasant list of things. A great flood drowned the empire. We helped Anaxiel the sailor build the great ship to save civilization. Sounds familiar. The War of Many Suns, when pretenders to the solar throne fought to assert control over our golden city Nivora. The Ram people marched on the empire, razing the city of Elempor. We helped the emperor avenge it. When the city of Chimes wanted to surrender the Scorpion Queen, we gave them heart. Or our worst danger came later. That seems like a cop-out. We won't go for that. We'll choose one of these. I mean, there's a big picture here of a boat. There's a big picture of a boat with animals on it. A great flood drowned the empire. I'm quite tempted to pick this because this is the great ship, I assume. I assume somewhere over here is Anaxial. But then, yeah, do you want to do this? We gave them heart? Well, here, look, we helped somebody. We helped the emperor avenge the march of the Ram people, raising the city of Elempor. I mean, I don't know. Let's pick this one. The Ram people marched on the empire, raising the city of Elempor. We helped the emperor avenge it. Yeah, why not? Let's just choose that one. At the field of Herdurus, we captured the Iron Ram for the Emperor, but the Ram people, who worshipped Orlanth's son Vincot, continued to vex the Empire. Okie dokie. Many more gods died as the gods' war worsened. Hyalor, or I think that's pronounced Hyalor. Hyalor of Nivora found the crippled spirit who had once been the winged fanged hippogriff. He saved her from death and made an alliance. Hyalor gave her a new name, Gamari, and she allowed him to ride. Hyalor returned to your ancestors with this secret. They became the first riders. Okie dokie, proceed. Storm and Cold continued their conquests. Orlanth's barbaric worshippers sacked Elampur, the Dara Hapan Empire's southernmost city. A great sheet of ice crushed the city of Verapur despite its volcano gods. It ground relentlessly south. Oh my goodness me, right, so there is a great big sheet of ice destroying everything. The Emperor began building an immense dome to hide under. Rather than cower inside, the citizens of Nivora chose to move away from the glacier. Your ancestors had trained horses to ride, others drove chariots. Everyone had to leave many of their gods behind. Which god did you bring? Okay, god of writing, god of smiths, god of brewing. I mean, I know it means beer, but you can brew tea as well. God of glassmaking, or goddess of the red dye insect. I mean, of all of the five here, that one seems the least useful. Writing, yes, good, write things down. Smithing, making useful metal things. Brewing, yes, good, everyone likes a nice brew. Glassmaking, yeah, glass is useful for putting things in. Red dye insects, good for red dye? I mean, that's very, very particular. I'm tempted to go for writing, but something says I should pick brewing. However, as well, if we're good at crops, if we're good at growing crops, we might be able to grow, barley and stuff, and hops and stuff, to actually get some beer, which again, we could use for trade. So yeah, let's go down this route. Narva, the goddess of brewing. Afterwards, we were one of the few clans that could make beer, as well as kumis. I don't know what that is, but we can make beer. Hurrah, hurrah for beer. Okay, the citizens of Nivora loaded their possessions and headed in the four directions. Your ancestors headed south. They had to fight plant folk, stone folk, ram people, and trolls. They prevailed and prospered until there was not enough room for all of them. They divided into four groups. One remained, the others went west, south, and east. Which group was your ancestors? As usual, there's no best choice. This helps determine your starting clan. Okay, so the most warlike, the best herders, the wealthiest, the best magicians, or the most dissatisfied. Now, I might pick the best magicians because this game does have magic in. It's in a magical world. The most warlike, yeah, we'll try and avoid conflict. Best herders might be quite useful. The wealthiest, I'm not so bothered about. We can make our own wealth. But magic, we can't grow magic. We might as well take with us the best magicians. So let's go for that. Let's take the best spellcasting people. People were happy to have our ancestors officiate at sacrifices. Your ancestors crossed the mountains to the south. Who did they find on the other side? Farmers, goat herders, or hunters and gatherers? Okay, goat herders. Why not? Let's get goats. That might be handy. We could have loads of goats. That might be useful. So yes, goat herders, please. Once our ancestors might have taken outsiders as slaves, but those days were past. How did you treat the herders? We chased them away. We took them in as half-citizens. We took them in as citizens. Why would we do anything other than take them in as citizens? Why would we chase them away? Hello, people that might have some use to us. Away with you. No, let's take them in as citizens. I do like the clouds. The clouds on there are very, very lovely. And here we go. Look, so we're riding in on our horses. Yeah, we'll take them in as citizens. The herders shared secrets of Uryada, the goat mother, with the clan. Your ancestors prospered, dividing into new clans several times. The charioteers also grew and moved into your valley. They said the ice was on the move and made war on you. Oh, that's not very nice. Finally, you took what you could and again headed south over the mountains to a wide valley. Your scouts reported that the best pastures were already taken, but found land along the right bank of an untamed river. Life here would start out easier than last time. Right, this is the difficulty setting. I remember reading about this. So, yeah, here you pick the difficulty level, which primarily determines starting conditions. Even with easier difficulty, you need to worry about economic disaster. It's much more likely at hard or harsh. Okay, I think that's easy. This is normal. That's hard. That's very hard. Let's go about the same as our last migration. It may not be easy, but once you build up your shrines, you should be able to produce enough food. We're good at food. We're good at food. We're good at magic, and we're good at goats. So go us. Right, okay, so proceed. The 7 families joined in the ritual to claim their new home. So we can choose. Can we change that? We can have a clan name. Okay, that's very exciting. So restores unlimited. What's a restore? We don't know what that is. What's that? You can change any answer by clicking it. Oh, here's right. So we're building up our history. So this was just in the past, and then when we press start, our clan will then be created, and we will play the game proper. Okie dokie. Yeah, I'm happy with all those things. I assume a restore is just we can come back and try again. If our clan gets wiped out, we can go back to a safe point or something. So, okay. Right, well, let's not be called the Golden Hand, although that is a good dramatic sort of, tribal clan name. Let's pick something else. We should call ourselves the Lovely Brewers because we have the power to make beer. And I think the little note in the corner said that there weren't many people that could make beer. Were we one of the only ones that had the knowledge to make beer? So we'll call ourselves the Lovely Brewers. And of course, as well as beer, we will be making some tea. I mean, it might not appear in the game, but we're going to be brewing a heck of a lot of tea. Just before we start, I just want to highlight the hats of these people. The hats of these people are absolutely outstanding. This hat here has got a ludicrous kind of wreath thing on it. This hat here is just enormous. This hat has got many pointy things on it. And this hat's got little branches coming out of it. I mean, that's a good array of hattage going on there. Well done, whoever you lot are. So, okay, I think we are ready to begin. So, the Lovely Brewers, this is their history. They've set up on the side of a river. So, here we go. Sacred time. So, the years, if you like, time passes, and there are seasons, and there's so many weeks in a season. I think there might be 8 weeks in a season, and there are 5 seasons, and then there's a thing called sacred time, which I think is at the end of a year when everyone just sort of does lots of lovely sacred things, and then they wait for the year to sort of roll round again. So here we go. So sacred time, Aminai 4, I don't know what that means. In the 4th year of her chieftainship, there we go. Question answered. Aminai is the leader, and it's her 4th year of leadership. Aminai led the entire Lovely Brewers clan south over the mountains. Many said this would be our last migration, with the ice growing to the north and barbarians to the south. We settled near the untamed Black Eel River, finding new pastures among clans that had moved to the valley earlier. Some were friendly, others less so. It was time to rebuild our relations to our gods and neighbours before we ran out of the food, wealth and magic we had stockpiled for the migration. We also needed to finish preparing our farmland and homes. We are known for being the last clan to arrive in the valley. Okay, so it says here the 2-week sacred time precedes each new year. The clan performs ceremonies to allocate its magic resources, magic at the bottom of the current screen, for the coming year. Okay, so what happens if, can we tick things? Oh, we can tick things. I don't know what I'm ticking. Hang on. A reserve of 13. How many boxes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 17 boxes. I wonder if we're supposed to start ticking in these. I don't know. Maybe one in each of everything would be quite good. There we go. If I just depleted our reserves down to utterly nothing, I do not know. What does Saga do? Okay, right. That's our story so far. What happens if we take diplomacy off? Alright, so this is all the magic we're using. Okay. Now, I don't know how much magic we get back. Maybe we'll take one out of war. We hopefully won't need any war going on. And maybe we'll take one out of crafts. So 13. We've got 5. We'll take one out of wilds as well. So there we go. Maybe that's good. I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm not entirely sure. Do you know what? Let's just proceed and see what the heck happens. Our people are very healthy. Since you've just moved to a new land, you need to finish making it a home. Items in the menu on the left show what still needs to be done. Okay, as you can see, your clan's houses are not finished, some fields are not ready, and you need to clear some more forest so your herds can graze. You can start these tasks by telling your clan to perform ventures. Okie doke, right, so I've got that. So here we go. This is what kind of the game looks like proper. We've got the history. That was all many, many years ago, all long ago. And now this is what things look like at the moment. So these are all our advisors. So Ammonai is the leader. Our people are very healthy. Parastak is saying about homes. Tyrnak says something about we've devoted 1 point of our clan magic to harmony and 1 on health. Eurissa wants to go and send some traders out. Dalasha wants to do a venture. And Dalkarn, can I just be awkward like Bob and Jim? I'm happy to lead the entire clan expanding our fields. And Mariu says people would be happy if we didn't have all those goats and cows to worry about. We like the goats. Goats surely are good. They give you milk. They give you food. They give you furs. So, well, hides or whatever. Surely people should be happy about that. So, yeah, we've got all these things down here. We've got magic. So we've got several different types of magic that we can do. We've got a map so we can see where we are. So we're just here. Look, we've got all these other tribes around us. So we can go and talk to all this lot. We've got relations with all those other tribes. We could go and do a war if we wanted to. I don't think we should. This is wealth. So we can see what we've got. What do we actually have? We've got 3 seasons worth of food. We've got 725 cattle. 1,450 goats. That's a lot of goats. We've got an awful lot of goats there. And 320 horses. 104 goods. I don't quite know exactly what goods are, but 104 sort of nice tradable things. And we've got some treasures. Elmal's battle standard, a Mustali mill. A dwarven-made artifact can make food out of almost anything in a pinch. Well, that is brilliant. Just put some rocks in front of it. There you go, get a burger. Excellent. And a battle standard. Aids battle leaders when they square off against enemy counterparts using battle. Yes, I got that. Lore, that's our sort of history thing. Saga is our history as well, is it? Yep, okay. Right, let's go back to here. Let's start a venture. Let's get a little venture underway. So we can pick what we want to do. So we've got some unfinished houses, some limited pastures, some limited fields, and there is a food yield shortfall. Now, is it important to get the houses finished to make people not miserable that their houses are falling apart? So do we want to finish some houses? However, we are getting a thing saying our fields are too small. Also, somebody was saying about getting rid of all the animals, weren't they? Saying, yeah, we don't want all of the animals wandering about. Maybe we could get some pastures. Could we do something to do with pastures? Where's that? Where would that be? Clear pastures. Create new pastures by clearing wildland. Okay, let's do that. So we'll start doing that. Clearing forest was harder than Condon expected. The worst was when 2 people were nearly crushed by a falling tree. In all, 5 people were wounded, but after much toil we had new pastures that our livestock could use. Condon, I assume, figured that we now had enough pasture land. Okay, who are you? You're not one of the people down here, you're just somebody else. Okie dokie, right, you're another person. The Norden family and Erkant family have entered into a legal case adjudicated by elders of the Kerent, Zerent and Parent families. Oh my goodness me, there are so many names. Do I need to write these down? Can somebody provide me with family trees? As usual, the case revolves around grazing rights. Bardalaw says that the Erkents let their stock graze on Norden pastures. Outside families think that his case is thin, but the elders seem surprisingly well disposed toward his argument. Zatenna, whose family has no role in the case, alerts the circle to the fact that Bardalaw carries a magical treasure, the golden honeycomb, that aids in persuasion. His family found this object and kept it for themselves instead of turning it over for the use of the entire clan, as custom dictates. Okay. Now, here we go. So it says here you can click an advisor to see their take on the situation. If they have specific recommendations, they will be highlighted. Okay, so what do you think, boss person? We did not take Imperial Magistrates with us into the wilderness. Okay, so Higher Law asked Relendar to fashion a new system of adjudication. All these names. So you think we need to negotiate to place the treasure into clan custody. Yeah, it's become less about your grazing rights and more about this treasure that you have kept for yourself. Naughty. Also, kind of weird hats going on again. Okay, that hat's got little ears on the front. An ear hat. Okay, so what do we do? Do we confiscate the treasure, placing it in clan custody? Do we negotiate to place the treasure in clan custody? Do we keep the council out of this private legal matter, or do we have the chieftain retry the case should it go against the defendants? I think we confiscate that treasure, because it says there, as custom dictates, we should have that treasure, and that might come in very, very useful. The golden honeycomb might be a useful thing for us. So how about do we negotiate? Because if we confiscate it, he might take all of his, he might run off with all of his sort of things, his animals, his cattle. Let's do this one. What do you all think? A lot of you seem to be thinking we should negotiate. You think just absolutely just take it off him. Finaglers must be reprimanded, and you are not bothered. All right, let's go for this. Let's go for... Okay, right, okay. Oh, look, you can click on that and just look at the artwork. I thought something had gone wrong. Let's negotiate to place the treasure in clan custody. The Nordens insisted on a large reward from council treasure stores. Other families said they had played the council for fools. Meanwhile, Bardalaw won his flimsy case. Many said the Erkents deserved to have the judgment against them paid by the circle. Does the council pay the apparently unfair judgment, sparing the Erkent family from having to do so? So does that mean that we pay? So what do we pay with? What do we pay with? Goods? Is that what we pay with? So failure doesn't mean you've made the wrong choice. Your leaders may not be skilled enough for this challenge or lucky enough. Okay, so that was potentially a bad choice, but not the wrong choice. So do we now pay the apparently unfair judgment, sparing the Erkent family from having to do so? Do you know what? Yeah, we'll step in and deal with that because we've done something very silly. Many said the Erkents deserve to have the judgment against them paid by the circle. Yeah, go on then. So I don't know what that means. Council compensated the defendants, saying the Nordens, paying the Nordens what the elders said they owed. Other families were glad to see them protected. Okay, so hopefully that means that people will be on board with us. The season button advances time without performing any actions. Point to it to get information about the current season. Okay, that's down there. So it's late sea season, where we are to prepare and sow the fields. Our ongoing venture is to clear some pastures. Okay. Right, so we've got some unfinished houses, and we need to sort out some field stuff. And the clan mood is worried. Oh, marvellous. Right, okay. Oh, look, the little figures have all got droopy, sad heads. Another thing we might want to look at is using some magic, because we did take with us some good magey people, didn't we? We took with us the best spellcasters or whatever it was as part of our clan makeup. So this might be quite good. So click on the magic tab and it brings up all these gods. So they're all different gods of all different things. So Busanari is the cow mother, Dostal is the god of hunting, Ikana is the goddess of trade and all that kind of stuff. And they've all got these things here. So these are blessings. So at the moment we haven't got any blessings from you. However, if we go down here to Nyalda, with this little sort of symbol here, we can see that this blessing here is highlighted and selected. So we do have a blessing from Nyalda. Now, Nyalda was the first god that we chose. The very first decision we made was to support the Great Earth Mother, because essentially she was going to provide us with food. She was just going to bring us sandwiches and bring us biscuits and bring us tea, and it was going to be brilliant. So we currently have this blessing with Nyalda. Crafting. So Nyalda is going to help basket makers, potters and weavers produce more, which is lovely. I don't know if we're making any of that stuff right now, but if we ever do, then we will make more of those things, which is very, very good. So that's good. We've got this in. I think, however, we might need to go down to Pella and get one of these in. So if we can get ourselves this blessing sorted, that might be quite helpful, because we have a food yield shortfall, but Pella's blessing will improve the crop yield. And if we get that done early, that means that all our crops will be improved in terms of yield from now until whenever the game ends. So that might be quite a useful thing to get in. Now, normally, you have to do a bit of a sacrifice. You have to do a sacrifice, and then you have to... oh, that's not going to show it on there, is it? Because we've already got this thing sorted. So let's say we wanted fire arrows. We'd have to do a sacrifice to unlock this mystery to get a new blessing. And then we could use the blessing to build a shrine. And the shrine would give us this boost. But with Pella, I think we've already got it. I think we've already got this blessing in. Because we presumably, I think we did pick Pella as part of our clan makeup. So we've already got this blessing. So we can build ourselves a shrine. So if we do that, there we go. Look, we build ourselves a shrine. Or we're going to try and build a shrine. Maybe this thing has popped up whilst we're building it. Your patrollers have been talking with those of your neighbours, the Tricorn clan. Like you, the Tricorns are hirelings who ride horses, herd cattle and goats, and descend from the people who kept their freedom by fleeing the destruction of the Golden City. Until recently, the Tricorns have shown little interest in you, as either friend or foe, but gradually they have grown more open toward you. An approach to them might bear good fruit. So give them cows, throw a feast, wait until they come to us, or give them some goods. Okay, so what does the leader think? Okay, the leader thinks we should wait. You're not bothered. You really just want to do anything. I like the idea of a feast. I like the idea of throwing them a feast. I know lots of people are saying wait until they come to us. I think let's throw a feast in their honour. Let's try and get in the good books of the Tricorn clan. So, okay, throw a feast. Although they attended your feast, the Tricorns never truly joined the revelry. You heard some of them saying that a gift of cows would have been better. Okay, and there was something over here, which I entirely missed because I was reading that. Something flashed up there. I didn't quite see what that was. But okay, so we did a thing. And now our shrine has been built. So our barley is blessed. Our crop yields will go up, which is very good. Thank you, Pella. Just looking on the map, there's an explore button down here. I mean, we don't know much of what's going on over the river just here. I mean, given that's quite near to us, it might be quite useful to figure out what's going on over here. So I wonder if we can explore to that area. So leave the red destination marker where it is to explore your own lands, or click to direct a mission. Okay, well, how about, I mean, do we want to do this? Do we want to explore where we are? Let's have a little explore around where we are. I mean, can you drag it around or click to direct a mission? So we could say go over to this area or that area, or go over here or whatever. Do you know what? Let's explore our own lands for now, because I'm not entirely sure what this does. I mean, what do we do? You can also send out expeditions for other reasons, such as gathering food. To do this, change the expedition's goal before choosing its destination. Okay, right. Let's just explore for now. Let's send out 2 swordsmen and 9 bowmen and Condon. Do we want to send you out? So pick a leader, then click choose. Well, who is best at exploring? I mean, leadership? Is that going to be quite good? Do we want to send you out? I mean, how, or combat? Maybe they'll be fighting. We have taken out some warrior folks. Yeah, let's send you then. You're good. Your combat is heroic. You are heroically combative. So, okay, we'll have you. So we'll choose you. There we go. And you can just go and do some exploring. So if we send you away to explore our local area, we'll just see what's going on. Okay, right, it happens instantly. While exploring obscure corners of your own territory, you find the remains of an exploratory party. Insignia on the clothing identifies them as members of the Four Drum clan. Whatever killed them left their honour belts behind. The gnawed and scattered bones indicate that they were attacked by animals or monsters, or perhaps they died of exposure or disease and then became a feast for scavengers. They must have died before you settled here. Okay, so burn the remains, keep the honour belts, leave the bodies where they are, return only the remains of the 4-drum clan, or return the remains and honour belts to the 4-drum clan. I would say we return the remains and honour belts to the 4-drum clan. Remains, they can bury them, and the honour belts, so they can do whatever they want with them. Give them to their descendants or whatever. Let's be nice, and let's give everything back to the 4-drum clan. Who do you send to present them? Right, we want a good diplomat. Very good. Or Arini is very good. Let's send you. Why not? You're top of the list. We've ordered it by diplomacy. So yeah, okay, we'll send you. Who do you send to present them? Ulendus. How many warriors do you send as an escort? Well, let's send 3 swordsmen and 5 bowmen. Is that enough? In most cases, a mix of 5 to 7 swords and bows are enough to keep their leader safe. A mix of 5 to 7 swords and bows. We've got 8. Sure, let's add an extra bow, add an extra sword, and that's 10. So we should be absolutely fine. Okay. Yeah, they're going to go away for a while, but that's fine. Okay, proceed. Their priest thanked us, inviting us to stay and watch as the bones were placed on a pyre and lofted to the sky world. Done. Okay, so I assume that meant that they're now slightly more favourable to us, I would hope, given that we took back some of their long-lost people. Okay, something else for us to deal with. So emissaries from the Tor Ashta clan appear at your clan boundaries to request that you discharge a favour you owe them. The Tor Ashta are wheel people whose nobles ride great rattling death carts. Oh, I like the sound of great rattling death carts. They share a history, language and most of the same gods with you. Relations with them tend to be strained at best. Their chieftain, Haladivus, has instructed them to ask for 6 horses. When you respond that that is 1 more horse than custom requires, the main emissary shrugs. As is entirely just, we have added a penalty for your recent misdeeds against us. Have we done any misdeeds against you? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so what can we do? We can give them what they ask, give them 1 less, give them 1 more, offer goods, or now is not a good time. We had loads of horses, didn't we? Is there not a way that we can find out how many horses we had? We had so many horses. So what do you think? You think give them what they ask. You think give them more. You think give them what they ask. You think give them 1 less. Oh, so you're saying, do you know what? Tell them to clear off. You are saying, oh, hang on, we have 320 horses. I think we can give them 1 more horse. We've got 320. Yeah, I think we might do that. Virtue is defined in a large part by our willingness to meet obligations. You say 1 more or what they ask, and you say 1 less. Okay, right, so a mixture of different sort of opinions. I think we're going to give them 1 more. I'm all for trying to get some good relations with the people that are around us. This hat is ridiculous. Well, would you like a new hat, say? Yes, please. I want it to look like a giant pin. Okay, brilliant. There we go. Right, let's give them more than they ask. Let's choose that one. How much do you give? Well, let's give them, I don't know, can we put it up to 8? Let's give them 8 horses and see if that makes them happy. There you go, have 8 horses. They thanked us much more graciously than we expected from a chariot clan and departed. Ah, there we go, so we lost 8 horses. That's fine, that's to be expected. Okay, so we lost the 8 horses. We're back on the map. Right, what else is going on? And as we're doing this, as we're taking these actions and dealing with things and using magic and doing other bits and bobs, the seasons are moving on. So currently it is late fire season. So that is growing season. So we've planted the crops. This is now when they're growing. I think the next season is when we can harvest them. So that's quite good. So hopefully that will get to the harvesting point. Let's see if we can find anything else that might be useful in here. It wouldn't have hurt to have more sworn spirits. An expedition could find another. Right, I don't know what a sworn spirit is. They didn't cover that in the tutorial. What is a sworn spirit? Okay, maybe something like this would be useful. The fertility of our cows, the yield of our cows. That might be handy. Because we do have... Do we have cows? Hang on, how do we find out where our what things are made of? Where was that? Wealth? Was it in there? 718 cattle, which I assume is cows. I assume cattle is cows. So, yeah, well, how about then? Yeah, let's go to magic. Let's sacrifice. Do a bit of a sacrifice to you. So let's see, if we give you 5 goods, let's see if we can do that. I think that's what it said. So we want to do a mystery. We can't do these things. Can't do anything to do with those. We need to do a mystery right now. Can we choose it if we up the amount of things? No, so we can't get one of those blessings just off the cuff by just doing a sacrifice. We have to learn a new mystery. Okay, how about 5 goods then? A sacrifice worth at least 6 cows. should attract Busanara's attention. Twice as much or more would be better. Well, how do we know how much a cow is worth? Is a cow worth a good, or is a cow worth a herd? We can give up to 35 herds. Well, hang on. Why don't we just do that? 5 goods and 5 herds. Let's sacrifice those. She unveiled the mysteries of her cattle ward blessing. Ah! Okay, that's good. We have not done enough to ensure people are fed. Without magic, we can't reliably produce enough food. We do have sufficient food for now, but that won't last if we don't take action. I expect the clan will eat more than we produce during the year ahead. We could ask for Inila's Rootle blessing. First, we need to sacrifice for mysteries to learn it. Okay, Inila. Rootle blessing. Right, gotcha. Let's go down to here then. Helps foragers gather more food. Okay, let's do some sacrificing here as well then. Let's sacrifice 5 and 5 again. Let's do that. And we can't choose that. So let's do this. The Rootle blessing. Okay. And now... Oh, okay. I was going to say we need to build a shrine to get that. You catch 4 young huntsmen of the Yellow Hills poaching on your land. When caught, they say they wandered here in pursuit of game on their own and were not told to come here by their elders. Okay. We weren't told to come here by our parents and kill your animals. Let them go. Frighten them and let them go. Hold them for ransom. Let them go. I'm just going to let them go. It's fine. Cheerio. People said the clan circle was too lenient. Yellow Hill... Ooh, hang on. Mood went down, but goods plus 10. Yellow Hill and Mysteries arrived a few days later with gifts to thank us for showing kindness where hardness would have been justified. Oh, okay. Right. Well, I thought that was the right thing to do. Okay, fine. Well, there you go. They gave us some nice things. So now we can do this. So let's build this. So let's build this shrine thing to there. So we've got the Rootle shrine built. And also, can we build that as well? Can we build a shrine up here to get the cattle warding thing? Indaro, an accomplished and wealthy warrior of the Sky Racer clan, has come seeking a bride. He wants to marry Sharyu, a notable of your clan. His mother, Ailara, assures you they are willing to pay a bride price in accordance with Sharyu's vital role in your clan. Sharyu worships Ikana. Many say she could serve on the clan circle. So accept, agree if you can drive a hard bargain on the bride price, ask for an alliance, or decline. It might be quite handy if we get an alliance. What do you say? You say accept. You aren't giving me any options at all. You want an alliance. You say accept. You say both. You go down that one. you're not bothered either way. Oh, well, you lot are all no use. I'm wondering if we can get an alliance. I'm wondering if we can. Shall we just accept it? And maybe that will be quite good. If we accept it, it might bring us a bit closer together, and then we could try and go for an alliance later on once she's, married into it, and she can tell the other tribe how great we are and how brilliant our hats are. Although looking at this, our hats are nowhere near as good as Mr. Pointy Pinhead Hat Man. Yeah, okay, we'll accept that. On Sharyu's behalf, her clan and family agreed to the union. The groom's mother said our clan would be known as good and straightforward people who do not dicker over trifles. Okay, that's a curious phrase, but right you are. Okay, got the cattle ward in as well. That's very good. What season is it now? It's late dark season. Winters are harsh, a time of snow and cold. Oh, okay, so some time must have passed between when we've been building these things. How much food have we got? Have we got any food at all? Wealth. Is that it? 3 seasons of food. Can we send people out to go and do some foraging? Because we did have, where was it? In there, helps foragers gather more food. So if we went to the map and did a bit of exploring, could we go and grab some food? Yeah, if we went to forage, are you the best at foraging? Food. Renowned. You're renowned foodie. Okay, so we'll send you out, and we'll send you with 4 swordsmen and 10 bowmen. So 4 swords, 10 bows. You go out and do some foraging, please. Foraging at home didn't find any new sources of food. I think setting the entire clan to forage would probably help more than our expedition could. Ah, right. But our current venture is clearing pastures. So we can't do that. We can't change this venture just yet. You can only have 1 venture per year, I think. But yeah, 1 would be foraging. Gathers food from the wildlands. Less effective in dark season. Yeah, okay. Maybe, what season is it now? The early storm season. Okay, right. Maybe we send our people out again. Maybe over here to forage. Let's send you out there. So let's send 4 and 10. 10 like we did before. Send you out there and have a little wander about. People of the Honeymane clan have been acting skittish around you lately. Doubtless this is due to your fighting prowess. Yes, we're very good at fighting. Some of your advisors say that it is a problem. Others, that it is an opportunity. Allay their fears with a gift, demand tribute, make them fee with a large attack, make them fee with an honour raid, or do nothing. So you're saying we should make them fear us? See, I'm not one for that. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I don't want to do all that. I think we should can we just do nothing? Or can we give them a gift? Because that's nice. I want to play this as a nice person. I'm a nice person. We don't need to bicker. We don't need to bicker or fall out. We can all do our own things. We can all be friendly and, amicable to each other. Let's allay their fears with a nice gift. Why don't we give them 5 herds and 2 goods? Because, we've got loads of herds. We've got 749 herds. Let's give them 10 herds. In fact, let's give them no goods. Let's give them 15 herds because I'm so kind. There we go. They accepted our gift, although without as much gratitude as we expected. The mood went down again. The people grumble, with the warriors grumbling loudest of all. Okay, so the people are not happy. The mood is worried, sad, sad, hangy head, little stick people there, oh dear. It's still late storm season, and now we have insufficient warriors as well. Oh look, we have a thing down here. We can build a shrine to get the milk blessing to increase the yield of our goats. Okay, why don't we do that immediately? Let's do that now. The foragers and I have returned from the west. We did not find any food, and one of our people was wounded by vicious wolves. Some of them thought Inilla would have protected us if the mission had been led by one of her worshippers. Okay. Inilla would have protected you. Okay. I mean, how do we know who is worshipping that? Dostalkarn died of old age. The clan is scandalised at how his children did only the shortest rites and did them poorly, almost dropping the funeral doll. He taught the clan so much. Oh, and his children have shamed him. Oh dear. Right, who do we get in? Who do we get in there? I'm not entirely sure who we now put in there. When the clan circle is incomplete, our sacred time magic is weaker. Oh, how can we get somebody in? So saving some magic at the end of a sacred time is a good idea. You can use clan magic for bonuses in situations throughout the year, and unspent clan magic sometimes enhances your luck. Okay, so now we get to put some clan magic back into it. Now, this wasn't in the tutorial. Assigning this clan magic thing, well, I don't really know what this does. I'm not entirely sure. Last year, 31 babies were born. We initiated 20 children as adults. The clan has 17 more people, 5 more head of cattle, and 5 fewer horses than we did last sacred time. Okay, they produced 54 cows worth of goods. We didn't have a regular market for other clans to visit. Maintaining our shrines took 10 cows and goods worth 20 cows. Good year for trading. We are known for being the last clan to arrive in the valley. We don't have a complete circle, so our clan magic is weaker. Okay, yeah, how do we fill that in? I do not know. Okay, well, let's put clan magic on fields. Let's put clan magic on health. Let's put clan magic on exploring and diplomacy. So we've got 10. How about wilds? Maybe 2 on pastures to make sure that we get a lot out of our cows and what have you. 1 on ritual and 1 on harmony. And we'll keep 5. Because that seems like a good number to keep. I don't really know. Okay, so let us proceed into our second year. Cattle priestesses of the Na Onon clan, famous for the secret rites that keep their herds from dwindling, offer us a boon. If we give them 20 cows now, we will get twice that number back in 11 years. As high-handed wheels, they are not usually so open-handed, so we cannot count on them making this offer again. Do you make the deal? Yeah, why not? Absolutely. 20 cows. We've probably got loads of cows. So yes, we'll do that. I'm happy to say that we can now expect to produce as much food over the coming year as we will eat. Hooray, the mood has gone up. There could always be some disaster, but I think our food supply is on a much better footing now. Okay, wonderful. Right, so the new year has started. We've got something to deal with. One of your young foragers found a strange object half buried in the earth while picking berries. Your priests and shamans say this clay mask must be a magical treasure of some kind. What do you do with it? Sacrifice the mask will aid us in rituals for a few years. Keeping it will strengthen us whenever we work spirit magic. Yeah, keep it. I'm not going to sacrifice it. No, we'll keep it and use it. Trade it away. Get a good price. I think we should keep it. Most people, or a few people have said keep it. Yeah, we're keeping it. Absolutely. After further investigation, our shamans confirmed the mask. The mood goes up. That's good. The mask would help us succeed with rituals that deal with spirits. Done. What I think we'll do is we shall finish up for now, but we will return. We shall come back to 6 Ages because I want to continue the life and times and the story of the lovely Brewers clan. We've got through our first year. So we've had a whole year, we've got through the winter, we've survived, nobody has starved to death. So we're starting our second year and we've got ourselves no sick people and no wounded people, which is very encouraging. We've got ourselves an okay amount of food. We've got 2 seasons worth of food right now. We've got some goods, we've got loads and loads of animals. We've picked up some treasures, which is very exciting. And yeah, I just want to see kind of what else the game holds for us. I mean, we've got the mood back up a little bit. So they've not got their sort of sad heads anymore. They're looking a little bit more positive, the little mood stick people. And we've not got a venture to do, so we could do with getting that sorted. We could go and try and improve relations with people. We need to go and do some more exploring. We could go and do some more magic stuff and get some more of these blessings with some more gods. So yes, there is a lot for us to do. I think we've only just sort of really scratched the surface, but we have come through an entire year relatively unscathed. So I think we'll come back and we'll just see how we get on in the future for the lovely Brewers clan. Hopefully you have enjoyed this. If you have, then please do leave a like. That would be very, very splendid indeed. And also, if you're not already, then please do subscribe to keep up to date with how we get on here in 6 Ages. But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I will see you next time. Everyone loves barbecued rat. My compliments to the chef. I don't think he did much. He literally stuck a stick up the rat's bottom and put it on a fire. Shrieking weird ladies in the water, probably not a good thing. The heroes offer a decisive solution to all the woman's riddles by shoving her off the bridge. Yay! Yay for the chiseled stick.